Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got Mama Media who says they're waiting, but all right. StreamYard says we have one person in the house. Might be Mama Media. We're set up here in the same location we set up the very first time we came out here. Thought we'd give it a try. I got to work in the morning. Got to be there at 6. I know. Yeah, it's 9:30 p.m. Central Time. I thought I'd give it a try. I know I'm late. Well, we got nobody in here now, but whatever. Ooh. It is a super muggy mess out here. I was doing all right, and then all of a sudden now it's just, walking up to the truck and back and forth. It's a brutal mess. We got 4 people in the house already. How we doing? Yeah, I'm sitting back here with a rag trying to wipe the sweat off my neck and my head and everything else, my arms. Skull Rush, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, brother? That's my man right there. Chris Everett. That's another one of my man right there. And then we got my brother, Randy Rhino. Oh, and we got the Laugh Channel and Will Green. Man, Will, uh-oh. I think I might be getting a bite on the middle rod, the Zebco rod. I cast out my B&M rod, and as soon as I went to cast it, the fucking line broke. I went to flip that son of a bitch, and all of a sudden I felt nothing. And then about 5 seconds later, I hear kerplunk, kerplunk. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So yeah, I lost a 4-ounce sinker. Oh. Come on. Oh, we're getting a bite real early. It might have given up already. I guess it gave up. I took too long to get here. Hopefully it didn't get my bait. I got carp on there. But I had carp on the 2 outside rods, and I had bluegill on the middle rod. And obviously, they wanted the carp on the middle rod. Um, but yeah, I thought I'd try something different since the way I made these rod holders and the bases and everything, I can stand the rod straight up and down. And I thought maybe that might help a little bit, especially for this situation where I'm at, because the water is down, I would say, like elevation wise from where I was set up last time. And I'm going to say it's down about 3 or 4 feet from the first time I came here. It has dried quite a bit. Blue Farm, how are you doing, darling? I have not seen you in quite some time. Now you come steal my bait all you want. Oh, hopefully it didn't steal my bait. Sorry. Yeah, Nikki. I mean, you can come steal my bait. So we got Laugh in the house. Yeah, hopefully something's going to come back for. Good Lord, where'd my sweat rag go? Because I think I threw it down and lost it. There we go. It's right here. So I got one light sitting on a tree trunk right here in front of me, shining on the rods. We're up to 14 people already. How about that? That's awesome. And then I got another rod right here. I mean, another light shining. Made sure I charged them. Otter Cat, what's going on? And I think I might have been in the middle of saying, we got Randall Rhino. That's my brother in the house. Do what I can for that man. He's in. What's going on? I'm right now. Blue Farm. I'm doing as well as can be expected, being stuck in hellhole Springfield, Missouri, when you only know one person and that one person doesn't have a lot of time and you haven't gotten to hang out with them at all, except for the first time you met them. Wabash Nate going on. But, you know, Ryan Smith, how's it going? We got one bite starting off really early because I had just gotten the baits in the water just a few minutes before I started this. So you guys, you guys saw the entrance to the excitement. What's up, Seraphin? How you doing, buddy? Man, we ain't getting no carp tonight, but yeah, Nikki, it sucks. I've been up here going on 2 months on the 12th, actually the 11th. The 11th was the first day I came up here and set the crane up. I've been here ever since. 11th of May. Job's going good. If you guys haven't, and I thought about this earlier, you look, if you have a community tab, you look, and it seems like there's not a lot of people who actually really look at a community tab, who actually look at somebody's community postings. So, if you guys know somebody has over 500 subs and they've got a community tab, why don't you guys check them out? Because some of us post some things that, might be of some interest, or we might just kind of have a little bit of heart and whatever put into it, thinking maybe people will see it, but then 2 weeks later and we look and we only got 5 thumbs up or 2 or 1. That either says nobody looks at a person's community tab or people just don't give a shit. So I got my community tab. I've been posting some things on there. Post something on there a little bit earlier tonight. Kind of deep, a little heavy, a little hard. Check that out. But Ryan Smith, you're over 500. You been going to them grow channels? Been going to James Gate? Well, that's good to hear, Ryan. Happy to hear you got yourself over 500, buddy. Man, man, you guys would not believe it. Seraphin, good. How am I? You're gonna try carp as bait? Hey, Seraphin, man, here lately I have not had shit for luck, but I have had really good luck. My PB's been 18 months since you looked at yours. Damn, Will. I remember when you came on my live last year when I was at the house and you were kind of walking around the lake and everything showing us. But yeah, hey, Wayne Heights, what's going on, buddy? We got Wayne Heights in the house. He's one of the guys I meet, one of the guys I talk to in the blacksmithing community. He likes to say evening. I'm not sure where he comes up with that, but hey, that's his thing and he goes with it. And I go along with it. But Wayne's a pretty cool guy. Oh, we're getting a bite again. Middle rod. It may be a turtle, I don't know, but hopefully something's going to hit. Something's going to stick with it. Maybe I can catch a fish in this godforsaken state of Missouri. State. All right. So, but for those of you who do not actually know me, I like to get out and fish. I apparently suck at it because I can't ever find fish, but you know what? I keep trying. My passion is messing with metal art, and I'm trying to get into actually the process of blacksmithing. I'm about 75% of the way done with my coal forge that I've been building. I'm out of town working, so I cannot touch anything. So, standard around the globe time zone meeting or greeting. Yeah. All right, Seraphin, take it easy, buddy. We'll be here. I just got started. But yeah, metal art. Um, metal art is definitely a passion of mine, and I'm trying to learn through YouTube, through a lot of very good people, trying to learn the art of blacksmithing. I have not really gotten to work on any of those things that I've learned, but you know, we're gonna get there. But you know, I had to start this job. I was down to $7 in the bank when they called me about this job. I was not qualifying for unemployment. And they told me this is going to be like a 5 to 6 month long job. And I said, let's go. So here we are. What's going on, Kevin? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you, sir. Been a bit since I've seen you in one of my lives, but I definitely always appreciate you popping in. Have a good night and sleep well, sir. Stephen Corley. But yeah, I do the metal art, and I finally started introducing some wood into my pieces. If you haven't seen my go big or go home piece, I got a short video, not on the making of it, but just on the piece itself. After I finished it, I have another piece I'm making that I used zebra wood for the base. It cost me $130 to buy the one piece of wood that I needed to make that base. God, middle rod got hit again, but they just want to play, and it's probably channel cats. Smithing is good therapy for the body and the mind. Wayne, you are definitely correct. I think so, because you just get to put something in a fire. You get to play with fire, and then you just get to whack and beat on metal, and then you just get to sit there and shape it the way you want it. And if it doesn't work out, you just heat it and beat it again. And if you end up screwing up, well, unless it's an expensive piece of steel, you just grab another piece and try again. However, I screwed up on a couple. Oh, come on. Middle rod just keeps getting messed with, and I hope it's not a turtle. I want it to be a damn cat. I don't care if it's a channel cat. I don't know what's in this little section of the lake. Ottercat says, got a buddy that's a farrier. He's big into blacksmithing. I've helped him some. Pretty cool stuff. Yep. Oh yeah, all the metal trades are therapeutic, Tiger. Oop, sorry, Randy said that. Randall Rhino. What bait is on middle rod? Man, like I said, the middle rod was supposed to be bluegill, but when I went to cast the other rod out and it broke, I just grabbed my backup rod out of the truck, and it has carp. All three rods have carp. So that's what we're working with right now. I do have bluegill. Oh yeah. Will knows what's up. Hitting anything with a hammer is therapy. Good Lord, yeah, it is brutal muggy over here. I'm tucked back in the tree, and we're kind of back behind the trees. Down the water. There's a saying that sounds better in Latin, but okay in English. There is truth in the fire and wisdom in the steel. Yeah, Wayne, I think you're right. Oh man. Yeah, see, we need Debaka Maker and Trail Dust in here. Those are, and then BC2, whatever the hell the numbers he's got. Those are some guys that regularly kind of come in and say hi. Oh, that's all right, Tiger. Yeah. It was supposed to have been bluegill, but I already had a piece of carp cut, so I just said hell with it. and threw the piece of carp on there. I'm trying to get through the crap that I got up here. But man, this was kind of an impromptu thing. I needed to get out of the room. I needed to fish. You know, I was tempted. Oh. God, come on. I was tempted to drive down to Table Rock again tonight or last night. Table Rock, Taneycomo, or Bull Shoals. They're all in the same lake river system. They all take about an hour to get to, 45 minutes to an hour. I really wanted to go, but man, with this heat, it's just, you know, this lake where I'm at, I'm only 15 minutes from the room. And I just assume drive 15 minutes and sweat my ass off and get skunked. Oh, damn. Is that lightning? I think it might have been. I don't know. But I just assume drive 15 minutes from the room and sit in the heat and get skunked, as opposed to freaking drive an hour or more just between trying to find a spot to set up and everything else, and get skunked and sweat my ass off and be miserable, and then have to drive an hour back. So, with that said, yeah, I thought I'd try to make it easy on myself, because I do have to throw things back in the truck. So when I get off work in the morning, because I'm only working a half day, when I get off work in the morning, I can hit the road and head straight home, because I was supposed to be home tonight. You weld a lot, but not much heating and beating. Yeah, OtterCat, you know what? My metal art, and I need to make like a slideshow video of all the stuff that I used to make, all the stuff that I made in the past. Because I got a lot of really neat stuff, really cool stuff. But I need to do that. Damn it. It's hitting middle rod again, and I don't know if it's a turtle or what. But yeah, I used to work for a pipeline contractor. I was a heavy equipment mechanic for a big mainline pipeline contractor. And the boss didn't care. I did my work after hours, after work. I had my key, I had my alarm code, I had my gate code. And I used the torch, the welder, grinding discs, anything. It didn't matter. Never had to explain any use of anything. So everything was all just, heat. Yeah, I did a lot of beating with the hammer, trying to get things wrapped around or shaped the way I wanted it, but it wasn't actual blacksmithing. It was just metal art, and I did a lot of fabrication type art. And that's what I did. I did a lot of fabrication, so you could kind of say that, I guess, my artwork was more. Oh, that's a freaking some kind of. I think it's a hawk or something just landed up in the tree, like right there. You guys can't see it, but he's right there in that tree. Let's see, maybe I can get my light. Come here, light. Nope, come here. There we are. Okay, see right there, the branches. There's a birdie right there. I don't know if you can see it. I got a bug on my neck and it's driving me crazy. Okay. Anyways, back to the rods. But that's what I did. And then when I got laid off at the end of 2011, I had no more ability to do that because I did not have a welder. I didn't have a torch. So I was kind of up shit's creek. And at that time, I didn't really think about blacksmithing. So that's kind of the way it went. 10 years off from it. And then I finally, when me and my ex split up, I ended up back at home, and my dad's got a welder. My dad's got a torch. Got a shop, got an air compressor. I got all my tools and everything else. And it just worked out. I was able to get back to working on and making things. And once I found YouTube and the catfish community, that just kind of spurred me and prompted me to make things. So there's a little story on everything. Indiana Chris, Mr. Chris Usselton, what's going on? You ran Mazax for 9 years. Don't know what that is. Give us a little insight, sir. No, it's not an owl. I think it's a hawk. Every once in a while, get a screech owl in the oak tree by the bedroom window. We get hoot owls in the woods next to the house. They'll sit there, whoo, whoo, woohoo, and they'll sit there and do that. Let's see. I think I probably missed a couple. Yep, Randy is a machinist. Used to do industrial maintenance. Tiger was a tool and die machinist. Liked industrial maintenance better because of people interaction versus stationary with one or two machines for the most part. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know, Steven. You know, you say it acts like our, I don't know. Ryan Smith, I'm doing all right, sir. I appreciate you asking. I'm kind of in a funk here. Yeah, this job, this state, the fact I have nobody here. I got a Kieran, Sunfish King. Uh, you know, he's like 15 minutes from me, but you know, we haven't hung out. The one time we met was when I did my Bass Pro live. He come and met up with me. But we're working on something. We're working on things, and we're going to try to get together and do a live here in the next week or so. Wayne Heights has had his best luck for catfish in the Missouri Osage and Gasconade rivers. Man, I have no clue absolutely at all where those two are because I'm in southwest Missouri, and anything I've looked at, I do not recognize those names. Yeah. So I think I'm pretty well caught up. Yep. Tiger was happy to get off the shop floor and onto the roof. Let's see. CNC. Yeah. I mean, CNC machines are cool. I mean, I'm super fascinated by CNC machines, metal lathes, wood lathes. Just watching the material get taken away is just super. I don't know. It's just fascinating. I watch a lot of wood turning. You know, it's especially you know, you wouldn't believe that if you stack some things up straight up and you made them round and you put some angle to it, that angle is going to make everything look totally different. Doesn't matter what you put in there. You know, it's just crazy. I love woodworking, wood turning. I love watching, you know, wood. I mean, metal on a lathe, metal milling. It's just fascinating watching material be removed like that. It's really cool. Too old, got tired of climbing stairs to roof equipment. Yep. Now I got to catch back up. Wayne says, when I had a real job, I had a full machine shop and welding fabrication shop in the back of a truck. Installed a forge and anvil so I could make everything I needed. Man, that's pretty cool, Wayne. I've kind of thought about doing that. You know, and I know there's mobile blacksmiths, there's people that set up at the Renaissance fairs and everything else. But, you know, I thought it would be cool to set up in a way that you know, set up for my style, for the way that I do things, and just go somewhere and make things. Somebody has an idea, or if I have preset things that people could, you know, have me make that I know I can knock out in a certain period of time, that'd be cool. You know, I just haven't gotten there. We got Missouri Missouri outlaw Randy in the house. Ottercat's turned a bunch of wood. I think he's just played with a bunch of his own wood. Okay, just kidding. Yeah, Ottercat seems like he's pretty well versed in, you know, hands-on working and stuff from stuff we've talked about in recent times. So it seems like he's gotten around. Laugh Channel in house. Everybody check out Rocco. He's an awesome guy. He's a hype man. I will tell you right now, he is a hype man. If you need somebody in your corner to just pump you up and keep you going, this man is full of energy. He will go, 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 go. Almost like he's like on some kind of natural crack or something. But he is ready to go. Done driving, but was turning. You love plasma cutters and torches and welding. Yes, sir, Rocco. So do I. I definitely love plasma cutters. We had a plasma cutter. Current comment. We'll get that off the screen. We got 12 people in the house. We got a good little crowd for a Friday night. I know there's other people live tonight. That was a burn, Dan. Well, I wasn't trying to burn you. Oh, hopefully it was a sick burn, if anything. You know what I mean? Burn. Dude, he forge welds those tanks. He does it old school. Heat and beat. No, I don't know. Still run the manual horizontal mills and the manual lathes a couple days a week. See, I think, being able to run CNC is really cool. But I think if you can run a manual lathe or mill by hand, all those dials and everything, being able to just clear a thousand here and there, to get something into the shape you want it, I think that's really cool. That takes a lot of skill. Oh, Rocco says he built water tanks for a while from scratch under the hood for 8 years. A day, so much fun. Yep. All right. Now, I think we're getting pretty well caught up. Yep. Now, yeah, I don't know if that middle rod was gar or freaking turtle, but that's the only rod that was getting played with. Oh my God. The sweat ball is finally starting to dissipate, and I'm finally starting to cool off a little bit. Tiger got burned out. CNC would drive him insane. To run did learn programming, but turned to maintenance, and damn if data controllers took that over. Fish in Texoma land. That's Will Green again. What's going on, Will? Changing names. Give me another view. I appreciate it. Yeah, I remember that one. That is Mr. Will Green. One of these days, I'm going to make my way down there to Texoma and go fishing with you. That would be pretty cool. Especially since you say it's been 18 months since you've done. So we need to get your ass out there and go do some fishing. And you need to get my ass out there doing some catching because, the catching is not apparently on my agenda for the time being. Man, I was so freaking pissed though. I'm sitting there at work. I'm in the crane, and it comes. What happened? A company truck rolls up with one of the motorized concrete. What do they call them? A power trowel that they sit on. It's one of those things they ride around on the concrete, and they finish the concrete and smooth it out and everything. Well, flatbed shows up with one of them on it. Needed me to unload it. So I did that, and all of a sudden my signal guy, he's like, "Hey, you working tomorrow?" I was like, "No." He said, Travis, he called you," which, all the guys on my crew are Mexican. So full proper English is not very easy to come by. But he says, "Travis, he called you." So a couple minutes later, Travis called me. He's like, "Hey," he said, "Would you be all right to work in the morning?" I was like, "Well," I said, "I hadn't really planned on it. I've already got the truck loaded so I can get home to my son tonight." He's like, "Yeah, well," he said, "yeah, we got a concrete pour. We're pouring a slab in the morning. They're starting to pour half the roof slab at 3 o'clock this morning." He's like, "We need you in about 7. So we'll just work you half a day." I'm like, "Dude, are you freaking kidding me?" I could have been home by 7:30 this evening or tonight. Could have been home by 7:30, but no, I'm still up here in the armpit of hell in Missouri. Um, so yeah, I mean, a few extra hours overtime to make up for not working or getting paid for Monday. I guess that's not too bad, but it just sucks. I had planned. I mean, we're still going to be able to do what we were planning on. We're doing a fish fry over at my best friend John's house tomorrow night. His family's all going to be there. Me, my dad, and Dominic, we're all going to be there. We're going to take catfish, fry it up. John's got burgers and other stuff. We're just going to have a good time hanging out, spending time with family. He's my brother, not biologically, but I played Little League with him from the time we were 4 all the way up into high school, played baseball and football. And he's my brother. To me, he's Dominic's uncle. He's done so much for helping out, especially with the 4th of July. Oh. Bite on Uncle Lou's rod. Left Uncle Lou's rod just started bouncing. Ooh, yeah. Maybe I'll get some. Power trowel to burn finish. Yeah, we got one that's got like the blades. Oh, it's still working. We got one that's got like blades underneath it for, I guess, probably kind of like the rough cut. And then we got one that's just, I guess, kind of got discs under it. And that's the finishing machine that gives it that good smooth. But we're going to do that. And Minions 2, The Rise of Gru came out last weekend. Dominic ended up changing his mind, didn't want to go. So I'm going to take him this weekend to go see it. I think I'm more excited about seeing it than he is, but it's going to be good. Man, Randy, I got scares from welding and plasma cutting. Oh my God. You want to talk about that? I'll tell you a funny story. So one of our lowboy trailers had a valley pan. It's a Low King power fold drop neck. It wasn't RGN. It wasn't a removable gooseneck. It was a power fold neck. The valley pan between the axles was supposed to have been bolted in, but at some point in time, somebody broke all the clips, all the bolt holes, everything else, and they just welded the damn thing in place. Well, we needed to do a bunch of work to this trailer, and I had to use the plasma cutter to cut all this off. And between all the axles, you got the heavy, sections in between where, you can drive your heavy equipment, your trucks, whatever, over the tires, between the tires, everything. Well, I'm laying on my stomach, on my side, and I cut all the welds that I could, and there was a 45-degree, basically like 45, 50 degrees, somewhere around there, angle that, like an idiot, I laid there on my side, cutting that thing towards myself. And that slag blew up from the valley pan, blew right onto my freaking crotch, burned through my uniform pants, through my boxers, and burned my damn nutsack. You want to talk about jumping around like a fish out of water. I'm telling you, that freaking hurt. Yeah. That was not fun. That slag coming off that plasma cutter it was no joke. What's up, Big Slim? They got Big Slim in the house. We still got 12 people. Mm. All right, let me see if I can cut off. Yep, those metal chips coming off the lathe, changing colors as they're raining on you as you flip over on the lathe. Yep, I believe that. Otter says his dad's a certified welder, and your neighbor has a metal shop. He built the nose cone for the first space shuttle. He had a good start. Wow, that's awesome. That is bragging rights right there, buddy. Wayne, why do you miss being able to fish? I mean, why can't you get out and go fish? If you can forge and work with metal, you can get out and fish. A lot less strenuous work fishing. And yes, Stephen, hot slag in the boot. Oh, yeah. I had to cut out a bent brace on a fifth wheel slide on a semi one time. I was between the tailboard and the rear axle and the fifth wheel slide. And I used the torch, I think, or the plasma, and I cut it all out nice and clean and everything. I cut me a new piece of flat strap to weld up in there. And I'm sitting there welding, and my uniform pants got pulled up over the top of my boot. And next thing I know, I'm sitting there welding, and one of those dingleberries flew down into my boot. And I don't wear slip-on boots. I wear lace-ups. I don't like slip-ons. Not at all. And that dingleberry flew down into my boot. Holy shit, that was not fun trying to get my boot off before it just burnt the hell out of me. Don't you need to catch catfish before you can eat one? Yep, well, you do. But you know what? All the catfish meat I do have in the freezer are from fish that I have caught. I have caught fish that you guys haven't seen. It's been a while. I have not caught a catfish. I haven't caught a catfish since I went fishing down at Waurika and Taylor Lake down by Rush Springs. That weekend I went and met up with Clayton the fishing nut. But yes, I have caught some catfish. Stuff I have in the freezer is not old, but it is definitely from, well, before the last fish you guys saw. Actually, some of it is fish that I caught when I was at Taylor Lake. When I did that live and I caught all those channel cats. I think I caught 10 or 11 fish that night on that. I caught 7, I think, on that live. Galvanized sucks. You burned half your beard off. Welding galvanized. Well, you know what? You shouldn't have had your beard that close to welding the galvanized. Shouldn't have had your beard that close to welding anything. The galvanized sucks. You don't want to get in that smoke. You definitely want to grind that shit off. And a lot of that stuff is impregnated in the metal. So you really got to grind into the parent metal, get rid of it. But as they always say, you want to drink milk after you've welded on galvanized. It's supposed to help with the sickness or whatever. I got a scare on top, 1 foot from slag that didn't make it through tongue, but was hot enough to burn cotton sock on foot. Yep, Randy, I imagine that scared the hell out of you. Well, yeah, galvanized spatters a lot. It does the whole, like the cobweb kind of stuff. It's nasty, but that's why you got to grind that crap off. Grind into it, get past it. I used to do a lot of galvanized when I was having to build walkways and stairways and stuff like that for like our office trailers that we'd build. We'd have to do a lot of stuff, pipeline stuff. Yeah, yep. Hey, we got a semi trailer. We're going to turn into an office trailer. Okay, go ahead and build a landing deck outside the door and build a set of stairs. Okay. And then you've got to worry about, all right, Will, take it easy, man. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us, with me. Been a while since I've seen you, so definitely always good to see you. Laugh got his hair stuck in a creeper. That sucks. But yeah, then especially you're doing something like that for business, for work. You've got to follow. I think Uncle Lou's rod is bouncing again. You got to follow OSHA standards. You got to have handrails at the right height. You've got to have everything. You've got to have the stair treads all at the right height, the right angle, everything. So it's a real pain in the ass. You got to have, yeah, your runners, all that shit. It kind of sucks. But if you've got one of those pocket reference books, it tells you that stuff in there. You can buy them at Ace, Lowe's, wherever. Just a small book. What's going on, small water trotters? Mr. John and his wife Lindia. How you doing, buddy? John, don't worry. You can cause trouble in my chat and you won't get in trouble for it. John is a drag queen. If you have not seen the video on his channel, go check it out. That is him in his video of a tall chick in heels walking out of a store. He'll tell you it's not, but we know the truth. Wife Shoulders Farmstead. What's going on, Shannon? How are you? Wow, we're down to 6 people, but people disappeared pretty quick. It's not fun if it's permitted. All right, sorry, John. You are not allowed to talk shit and have fun in my chat. Be prepared to get timed out and sent home. Just go ahead and press your luck. Oh, come on. I need a fish. I thought I'd try my luck at this, like I said, at this spot that I very first came and sat up on. First time I ever came over here. When my hair was long, I tucked it into my shirt to keep it from getting caught in the creeper wheels, Steven says. Piggy Piddles. What's going on? How are you and Eileen? Eileen told you that I was live and Mike's at the moment as well. Thought you'd say hello. Well, tell Mike and everybody in there I said hello. I will not be live for too long. I think probably about 11:30 I might cut it off. I might make it one of my shortest fishing lives ever at 2 hours. Because I do have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 6. Now, everything's pretty well packed up. I'll take a shower when I get back to the room because I've been a ball of sweat since I got here. Get my toiletries packed back up, get all my clothes back in order, and then be able to go. But now, I had a mosquito in my ear. So you guys, man, I got some of the most awesome news that is really shocking as shit to me. But so I decided to finally make a short. Hold on. Randy says he got hot 030 MIG-wire. Man, we always used 035 and 040. We'd use 040 on our heavy stuff. We'd use 035 in the 200 or the Miller 200, I think it was. Or no, 220. It was a 220 Lincoln 220. And then we had the Lincoln 400 that we'd use 040 in. But we never used, the only 030 I've ever used is what's in my dad's welder at home in the shop. But yeah, that sucks, Randy. Right through the finger. Oh God, that's gotta suck. Well, Piggy, I do appreciate you popping in and hanging out. Mike don't care one way or another. And I looked, I was starting to set things up and I was like, oh shit, Mike's going live at the same time or a little bit before I do. Oh well. Mike don't care. Mike's going to do Mike one way or another. Alvin Lewis, what's going on, sir? Thank you for coming in. But, shit, where was that? Oh, yeah. By the way, so I decided to make my very first short. And I took a lot of pictures, took some videos from the 4th of July. And Dominic had this sparkler that had like a pistol grip on it, made out of cardboard. But man, he was having all kinds of fun with it, and he had set off. Leica, how you doing, gorgeous? I was wondering about you. I was going to ask. Actually, I was going to ask Piggy if you were over in Mike's. But yeah, so Dominic is doing that, and I was recording him. And it's like a minute long video, but I decided I was like, you know what? There's this part. I'm just going to make a short out of it. He had set off. He had lit like the little fireworks. Damn it! He had set off one of the little cardboard tanks, one of just the little 75-cent kids tanks, and he come running over with his sparkler, kind of jogging over, whatever he did. And he saw that thing and he started blowing sparks on it. I was like, all right, get down there and just go ahead and set it on fire. And I'll tell you, I did not expect that video to blow up the way it did. That short, I was expecting, get some people to see it. No, I posted that short Wednesday night. As of so far right now, that short already has 16,000 views. 16,000 views. I did not expect that. I've never had anything on my channel get even 1,000 views. But I got one short of my son drawing 16,000 views. Now, what pisses me off are the people who want to give a damn thumbs down to a little 5-year-old playing with some fireworks when his dad is right there giving him close parental supervision. So, Huckleberry, what's going on, buddy? So, yeah, I've got there's 39, 40 thumbs down on it, but I've got I think there's 3 or 4 or 500 thumbs up on it. But 16, I went to sleep last night and it showed 2,700 views, and I woke up this morning and it said 7,200. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So, I guess that tells me maybe I need to, get some more shit piled up and make some more shorts. Because, and I've already gained 20 subs out of it. Or almost, over 20 subs. So that's cool. It'd be nice to see some of those people popping into some lives from time to time or something. What's up, Duggar? Duggar in the house. If you use their suggested music, it gets pumped out more. Yeah, I didn't use any music on it because, Dominic was like, and I put the words on there. Oh, it's on fire. Well, that's the way Dominic says fire. So I just spelled it fire. And it was just super cute. It was fun. So what the hell? There's too many haters out there. I think it's just a bunch of pussies out there who, their mommy and daddy wouldn't teach them how to mess with fireworks when they were a kid. So maybe that's what it is. Yeah, Leica, I agree. That's kind of what I was thinking. So if you go look at that short and you read the comments, I pinned my own comment, hoping that some people might actually read it and kind of take that to heart. Eric Burnside, what's going on, sir? How are you? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, Leica, I knew what you were saying. They have no love in their heart. Yep. And for anybody who wants to talk about snowflakes, whatever, blah, 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 I don't associate snowflakes with political beliefs. A lot of people want to associate, they want to make everything political. That's not what I'm about. But yeah, snowflakes, they're just a bunch of pansy asses who get butthurt over everything. Used to have, hell yeah, Steven. Bottle rocket wars, Roman candle fights, whatever. Have fun. I mean, I didn't get to do any of that when I was 5 or, hell, I think I was probably a teenager before I was ever allowed to actually hold a Roman candle by hand. Maybe close to a teenager. Oh, yeah, Piggy. I'm not too worried about it. Wayne Heights is sitting in a basement with a Cheeto-stained shirt. Well, that's awesome. Wish I had some Cheetos. I actually have a bag of the sweet chili pistachios. Those are pretty awesome. I love pistachios. I'll eat the hell out of them. BB gun wars? No, we never did that. Now, what I got in trouble for when I was younger was putting rocks inside of snowballs. It's not very good when you nail somebody in the head, in the forehead. You bust their forehead open because that rock just kind of splits into them. Yes, sir, Piggy. That's what it's about. And I get tired. There's some of these fishing channels that some of them even have their own talk shows, and they always want to make snarky political comments to try to get a rise and try to. I've pretty much kind of started avoiding those things because I don't give a shit about your politics. If I'm not hanging out with you, if we're not actually having a political conversation, I don't give a shit about your politics. You could have liked Trump, you could have liked Obama, you could have liked Biden. I don't give a shit who you like. I'll tell you right now, I'm damn sure not a Trump fan, but that's not here or there. But you know, I don't care who's what. I don't want to get into it. Too many people have gotten butthurt. I've lost friends over all the political crap. People who were never political before Trump took office. And then as soon as he did, oh wow, everything about him is political, and it's just screw all that crap. Politics, religion, unless person having the channel is actually having that kind of conversation, keep it out. I don't care. John saw a neighborhood kid about scalp his brother, threw an oyster shell at him, hit him in the hairline, and peeled it. 1 in a million shot. Wow. I got kind of a funny story, and my dad, it pissed my dad off something fierce because we were already kind of at wit's end. But I worked with my dad for 8 years when I worked on heavy equipment. And me and one of the other mechanics in the shop, we were just sitting there, and I'd pulled a clump of dirt off one of the dozers or side booms off the tracks. And I was like, oh, yeah, watch this. We had the bay doors open. We had like 15 by 18 or 20, whatever size, big bay doors. And I just kind of did like an overhand, like a hook shot, like basketball kind of deal with this dirt clod. And I threw it. And next thing you know, here comes my dad walking past the next door right in front of the open door when I threw that. And it nailed him right in the head. He wasn't too happy about it, but, we got to laugh. But, yeah, he wasn't happy. I was like, okay, shit, I better go. I got to do something else. Sorry. Yes, white shoulders. Yes, Shannon. None of that crap. I don't want none of that crap. I just want to be me. I'm a good person, regardless of my politics. I like to think I'm a good person. I try to be a good friend. I got a big heart. I got a lot of love in me. I have a good head on my shoulders with a lot of common sense. I'm not very book smart, but I have a shit ton of common sense. And I'm a pretty good guy. I like to think so. And I think there's a lot of you guys that come on here that I can sit and talk to 24/7 and never have an issue with, and that's great. Like I said, oh, there we go. Hold on, scrolled up. Like I said, the best advice I give to any foreigners coming here is never talk politics or religion, and you won't have problems. Yep. Philippines, a lot of those Asian countries, you don't ever get into that. You don't ever get into the politics or religion with those people. Unless you actually know the politics and religion of those countries, you never talk about that stuff with them. Unless you're actually just trying to have a conversation, not a debate. Unless you're just trying to learn. All of that's in God's hands and always has been. So what will be, and not a thing I can do about it. So here I am. Yes, sir, Piggy. As they say, stupid is supposed to hurt. Nope. Huckleberry, nothing about politics we're talking about. That is correct. Pinecone Wars. Pinecone Wars would be pretty fun. I've watched some videos on people talking or using pine cones in some of their wood turning when they mix the colored resin in with it. That's pretty cool. You would imagine that putting a pine cone in and mixing it up with some stuff and turning it on a lathe would really make some super neat stuff, but it does. It's really cool. Think I beat record. You slept 14 hours straight. Wow. Firecracker going off in your hand with Sparta growing. Hell yeah. Ah, I got bugs everywhere, all over me. Ooh, scrolling. Go on, Dan. Go on with what? Go on with telling everybody that Leica is gorgeous. And she gonna fly me somewhere, or is she gonna fly to me? We gonna meet up. Leica, I hope everything went well for you with your mom's funeral. I do. I am so sorry to hear that. I know your pain because that happened to me not even 2 years ago. So I do apologize for that. Jacob Gene in the house. I have not caught a damn thing like normal. Par for the course. I have not caught a damn thing. Pine cone knife scale, knife handles are pretty popular, are they? I don't know if I've seen them, which I'm sure that's you can buy those already pre-made. Um, when I get my forge done, and I think before I actually go back to like really working on it, I'm gonna kind of set it out and either make a little video or do a live stream, just kind of highlighting what I've got done so far on it. And I should be done with it. It's the reason I've just been lazy. I used the torch to cut some holes out, and I haven't ground the holes to open them up and get everything just rounded out and smoothed up and everything. That's a big reason why it's not done. Um, so yeah, but yep. But I've got a lot of coil springs that my dad has around the house in various diameters, and I do plan on making myself some punches and stuff out of those coil springs. I think after watching Christ Centered Ironworks, after watching Roy and some of the other guys, John Switzer at Black Bear Forge, watching some of these guys making their own hand tools, I think it's really cool. Learning how to temper and all that stuff. And coil springs, leaf springs are, I believe, 5160 steel, which is hardenable, makes for good tools and good knives. With the amount of coil springs that are there, I can mess up making them. Am I sure my bait's in the water? Yeah, my bait's in the water. Now, I probably need to check that middle rod, all the hits that I got. It might not have bait on it. Just like making micarta, press the pine cones in resin and make the scales. That sounds kind of cool. What am I using for bait right now? On all three rods is just cut carp. Middle rod was supposed to have bluegill, cut bluegill on it, but when I went to cast, something happened and the line just snapped. And I lost my sinker, the whole rig, everything, so I grabbed a spare rod out of the truck. Sneaky catfish sucked the bait off the hook. I don't know. Carp is really hard to just suck off the hook because that skin is so tough. Like I said, she's going fishing with her brother and her monkey. And Monkey today, her pet monkey, is an avid fisherman. That's awesome. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. I'd like to be part of that. I'll be there. Wayne Heights, coil and leaf springs make fine tools, punches, chisels, and draw knives. Yeah. Small water charters. John says, crazy you can make a knife from a bearing. Oh, yeah. Now, I plan on getting into a lot of different stuff. Steve from Wyoming, how are you, sir? I know you dropped a new video here recently, and I need to check it out. I'm sorry I have not done that. Yep. I probably need to check that middle rod, all the hits that I've got. Damn. I keep having a mosquito flying up in my ear. Got bugs all over me. We got 16 people in the house. A lot of great people. That's pretty cool. I got like a totally different group of people in here than I normally have, and that's awesome. I mean, got a lot of the regulars, but I got Wayne Heights and White Shoulders. We got Shannon, Steve from Wyoming, Ottercat. Otter's been in my lives, but just got a variety of people that I don't often have or see very much in my life. So that's awesome. So that means I'm kind of making an impact on everybody, and it's nice to know that I can make just a little bit of an impact just the way I talk to everybody in chat. And I try to be social. I try to talk to everybody. I try to joke around. If I don't know something about something, I don't act like I know what I'm talking about. I might joke about it, or I might throw some off-the-wall shit, but unless I have a very good opinion or knowledge of something, I don't just sit there and stick to my guns and whatever. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I love having a diverse crowd in here. Let's see. Bearings are usually 52-100 steel. Yep. Make sure you watch our pig shooting video from the other day. It was fun. John, I'll have to check that out. I did not know you had that. And I'm subscribed to so many people. It's hard to keep up with everybody. It's hard to look at everybody's stuff, especially the fact that a lot of times when I'm at work, I'm in live streams. And, a lot of times while I'm at work, my phone will be buffering because my signal up here in this freaking city, it sucks. So when I'm at work, I'll be spending a lot of time. There's been lives that I've spent more time playing catch up and clicking live to catch up after 5-10 minutes of it buffering than being able to chat or anything. Oh, God. There's nothing else on. Wow, Randy, I feel special. Damn. Way to make a guy feel special. Fish video, edit, and hang in your live. Yep. All right, Steven, take it easy, man. I'm sure you're at work. Yeah, let me reel in this middle rod and see what I got going on with it. See if I even still have bait. I might just have skin left on there. Hey, are there fish in this water? He either didn't hear me or he doesn't want to answer. Oh, yeah. Okay. So with that said, pretty much the only thing left on here is the skin. So I'm going to say it was probably turtle. I was saying, are there fish in this water? Did you? I guess I'm fishing the wrong part. What are you what are you using on bait? Hey, I got some of that too. Apparently I'm only finding turtles. What's that? Yeah, I'm noticing. All right. So this guy over here said he's using bluegill, and he caught him a cat about 10 minutes ago, he said. Me, I can't catch shit. So, being that rod initially was supposed to have bluegill on it, I'm going to pull. Almost foamed down. Almost foamed down. So I'm going to pull out a bluegill from the zippity lock. Then you need to yell louder to draw in the fishes. Yeah, I know, Leica. I'm sure that's the way it works. I actually do know a guy that, he's kind of irritating, but he fishes lake that I used to fish a hell of a lot at. And we'll be sitting there, and if the fish aren't biting, out of nowhere, he'll just yell at the top of his lungs, "Fish, get off, stupid fish, get on my fucking hook," and some stupid shit like that. It never works. Golly, these bugs are killing me. But you know what? That's part of fishing, especially fishing at night during this part of the year. Devil dog in the house. What's going on? Skull rush. Let's go. I'll catch one. I hope I catch one. I'm in desperate need of catching a fish. Man, I'm at least at freaking 10 trips out or more. That's how it works on Family Guy. It's been so long since I watched Family Guy. All right, we got us a bluegill head. We're gonna stick back on that hook and get out there in the water. And hopefully not find a turtle. Rip. All right. I'll go ahead and check Uncle Lou's rod. I think got a good cud. I'll probably cast that right back into the turtle den too. Good Lord. Incoming. Come back. Yep. That was pulled apart by turtles too. All right. Throw this other piece of bluegill on that hook. That was a small bluegill that I got. After cutting the tail off, got enough for two baits. Whoa. I got all of that. All right, I'm back, kiddos. All right. What a miss. We got 15 people in the house. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming in, you guys and gals, ladies, whatever you might be. Thanks for coming in. Wayne used to drag his little barbecue smoker on night fishing trips. The smoke kept the bugs away and you ate good. Well, where my truck is parked is uphill from this. This is like a downhill. Now, Wayne, you're familiar with Missouri, and there's not a lot of flatland in this state. You know that. I'm surprised I was able to drive my rod stakes into the ground in this soil. Now, you guys, I don't know if you've seen, but no, shoot, I don't know if you've seen, but now where the rods are in the water right there. The first time I came here, the rods were right behind this log, this big long log. God, I can't even talk. This big long log right here, probably about 18 inches behind that log. Right there is where my rods were. And all of a sudden now they're way down there and the water, they're above the water. So that'll tell you how far this lake has gone down just in not even 2 months. So Devil Dog, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Thanks for popping in. I do appreciate you. For anybody that doesn't know Devil Dog, he's a fisherman and a former Marine who happens to live down in South Texas. He's a pretty good guy. He kept me company on one of my drives up here when I did a live just to have some people to talk to. He kept me company. Let's see. Should have brought chicken. I'm a bass fisherman now. Yeah. One piece of chicken. I'm going to do the one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start now. I'm going to do the one chunk of chicken bait challenge. You get one rod, one hook, one piece of chicken. See what you catch. No matter what it is, but the biggest fish wins. How about that one? Ooh. It's been a dry summer. Hell yeah, it has. Now, what's crazy is I woke up this morning. I had already packed most of my stuff, gotten it loaded up in the truck last night. I still had some stuff, but I'm glad I did because I'd have been late for work having to make. Well, I was already late for work, but having to make a second trip back to the room to get the rest of my stuff. But I get outside and it had stormed overnight before I ever woke up. Before I got up at 6:30, but it had stormed. And driving about 13 miles to the southwest of the room to get to work, it hadn't rained a drop, and it sucked because the construction side is nothing but powder sand now from them driving the SkyTrack and the man lifts and everything else around. Me driving the crane around moving it. So, yeah, it's crazy. You got about 3 inches of rain in northwest Missouri last 2 days. That'd be nice. We could use some rain here in southwest Missouri to cool it off. Chicken livers. Man, chicken livers are so nasty to mess with. I haven't messed with chicken livers in a while. Wow, we're up to 18 people in the house. Man, it's 10:45 at night. I've been going for an hour and 14 minutes. We have not caught a fish. We've had some bites, but I think it's all turtle play. I think I'm trying to join the Danny Stone Outdoors Club. Or Danny Stone. Actually, we're going to change his name to the Danny Stone Turtle Catching channel. And I'm going to have to be joining his club. Because that's all I seem to be getting bites from. Now, yeah, he did make a comment about me catching that bass. I don't know if any of you guys were around or how many of you guys were around when I did my live with Uncle Josh from the 1 Ton Fishing Club. Uncle Josh, bladesmithing. But he drove in from Virginia to north central Oklahoma to see his stepson with his wife, to see her son. And we met up at Sooner Lake, north of Stillwater. We found a horrible spot to start out at and had nothing but turtles over there. Josh caught 2. I caught none. Just, we lost a lot of bait. So when he left, when his wife came and picked him up, I moved 2 miles down the road, ended up going to another spot, and I pulled in like I don't know, probably 8. I figure it to be about an 8 to 10 pound snapping turtle that was not happy with me trying to get my hook back. And eventually, I finally just said screw it, and I cut the line. Sent him on his way. And then I'm sitting there, and that middle rod, that black Zebco rod, started just folding over. It was folding. I was like, oh, shoot, better go get it. And I did. And I walked down the dock, and I'm reeling it in. I was like, man, what the hell kind of fish is that? That ain't no catfish. And I look, and I get it in, and it's a bass. That thing weighed 3 3/4 pounds and was 18 to 19 inches long. I just pretty much figure it, because my shoes are 13 inches long since I wear a size 12. And he was another at least 5 inches longer than that. So I figure 18 inches. And I caught it on a damn piece of chicken breast. Just plain old chicken breast. I didn't know bass were bottom feeders ever in deeper water. I guess they are. What's going on, Jesse? How are you? $60-mile-an-hour winds, hail, thunder, lightning, tree limbs everywhere, and power out 2 days in a row. Wow, that sucks. Your wife used to catch all of the turtles, and it saved you from having to do it, right? You called Danny Stone the gator turtle whisperer. You know, Danny talks about they're rare. Alligator snapping turtles are not as rare as he thinks they are. Now, in Missouri, they might actually be fairly rare. In his part of Missouri, they might be rare. Oklahoma, there is a good population of them. And everything I've read, alligator snapping turtles are not endangered. They're just on the decline. And there are states that have laws against possessing them, catching them, anything. So, but for Danny to be catching so many of those alligator snapping turtles, that's crazy. You know, I've never seen multiple alligator snapping turtles in one place. So yeah, that is crazy. Do, 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 do. You heard the storms got bad up north? Hour and 18 minutes into the live, no fish, just a bunch of turtle bites. Left me with a lot of carp skin left on the hook. I would like to get a catfish bite. Maybe I should have parked and walked down the dam. Actually, it's not a dam. It's the road, and it's the riprap off the side of the road. But then again, I wouldn't be able to dry my stakes. Now, I do have an idea for building some rod holders that will be perfect. Some rod holder stands that will be perfect for fishing riprap for fishing on dams and stuff like that. I just have to be able to get to it to make them. They're everywhere. You seen one walking down the sidewalk the other day. That's crazy. You always take them off the hook for her. She never caught the small ones. I've caught 2 soft-shell turtles. The first one I ever caught was last year. Actually, both of the ones I ever caught were both in the same location. 2 different trips. I didn't realize until after the fact that apparently soft-shell turtle is pretty good eating. So maybe one day I'll go back there and I'll catch one, and maybe I'll figure out how to clean it and cook it. Yeah, I don't know if I have any mods in here, but if you are a mod, you can share links, help some people pick up some channels. Yeah, we got people in here, big variety of different things. Piggy piddles. He piddles around with stuff. His wife Eileen. She does a lot of cooking. She, from what I've seen, she makes some really yummy stuff that makes me hungry. And I see it while I'm at work, and I just can't watch those videos because they just make me hungry. Tina Ladybug, what's going on, darling? How are you? Where'd Leica go? Leica, I'm calling you out. Where'd you go? Come back. You disappeared it on me. Tina Ladybug, I saw Mike's post the other day that you actually posted an actual video. Not a short, just an actual video. So I'm going to have to check that out. Excuse me. Off the hook. What's up, Ted? What's going on, brother? Triple R in the house. Skull Rush, I got to make you mod. Skull Rush, I think I can do that. You're my boy. I see you help out in some lives. You can hold shit down. You have an old cookbook, tells how to clean turtles. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Hell, we probably got a couple old cookbooks at the house that tell you how to do it, too. Piggy Piddles, I can imagine how hard it would be to watch what she makes, because I know how good it is personally. Oh, yeah. All right, Piggy, rub it in, buddy. I should have stayed back in the room and cooked dinner tonight, but hell with that. I think when I get back, I might walk across the street to Waffle House and get me a good Waffle House breakfast dinner. I love me a breakfast dinner. Ooh. Their sausage is good. You know, for anybody who talks shit about Waffle House, yeah. Well, I don't know why you would. Because how can you talk shit about a restaurant that their cooks physically cook your food directly right in front of you? You see every single movement they make. You know they're clean. You know they take care of business. They're doing things properly. So, I mean, how could you disagree with that? Not a lot of places have that kind of pride in their business to be able to do that. That's all I got to say on that. I mean, I could keep going. But Waffle House is yummy. Get some hash browns with some onions thrown in there. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm not big on getting the fully loaded stuff. I like to add one or two ingredients here and there, or as vegetables. Stopped in for a bit, getting up early to go to the lake. You were on Coastal Fevers Live tonight, and the kids did good. Theo got 5, and hey, come back here. Theo got 5, and Ace got 4.5 pound smallie. Hell yeah, Ted, that's awesome. Happy to hear that for the kids, man. That is awesome. I never had that kind of luck when I was a kid. After midnight, Waffle House, Missouri is always good for a laugh. Man, that's where it is. That's the way it is everywhere. You know, especially Oklahoma City. After 2 o'clock in the morning when the bars close, oh hell yeah, that's where you go. That's where you go to see some fun. Over under 100 catches this evening. Huddle House, yeah. We don't have a Huddle House in Oklahoma. Yep, Ted, man, that's something to be proud of, man. Just being able to sit there and watch the kids do that. You know, it was definitely a proud moment when I got to watch Dom catching that his first blue cat on Elgato's boat. And if you guys haven't seen that, like I said, I said it earlier, but if you guys don't check out people's community tabs from time to time, you ought to. Go to their channel, look at their community tabs, because community posts don't always pop up in your feed. But people often post a lot of good stuff in their community tab that is interesting. You can post pictures, you know, kind of like me, post some pictures of events, things that you've done. You know, just kind of a way to show proud or fun moments or just whatever. So yeah, you know, make sure you check out people's community tabs. You're probably missing out on a lot of stuff. I know Ted posts a lot on his community tab. Now I know a lot of people. They've been getting in the habit of just making a community post of every. Almost thought I saw one of them rods moving. Every single sticker they get and everything. I mean, that's cool. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Me, I'm not going to go that route. Plus, I haven't even gotten a sticker from anybody in a long time. But I don't ask for stickers. Somebody says, "Hey, I want to send you a sticker. Give me your address." That's one thing, but I'm not just sitting there hitting everybody up. "Hey, send me your sticker. Send me your sticker." I was like, if I win it or if they offer, that's one thing. But I got a good chunk of stickers. I need to find somewhere to put them, other than the manila envelope that they're sitting in right now. Tina Ladybug, took you a while. Shannon says it took them a while to learn to feel comfortable talking in video. You know, it didn't take me very long. I mean, shoot, I like to talk. And you guys, if you come to my lives, I can sit and talk. I can talk to these crickets. I don't care if they're talking back. It don't matter. Because I sit in the crane for 8 to 9, 10 hours a day with nobody to talk to. Most all of my crew are Mexican guys that some of them speak decent English, but still had hard to have conversation with. But either way, they're off doing their work. I'm sitting in the crane. I have nobody to talk to. I get lonely. And then I go back to the motel room and I have nobody to talk to there either. I don't have many people that ever call me or sit and text or whatever. So if I ever get somebody to talk to, I talk the damn ear off. I'll sit there at bar closing time and they'll be having to run me out because I don't just sit there and keep talking. I ain't done that in a while. Well, Tina, everybody's got their own different voice. You know, if you can sit and talk to people in person, you can sit and talk to people on video. I listen to myself on my video. I don't like my voice so much, but I don't ever get shit from people about it, so apparently it's not that bad. It's like talking to yourself, and those combos are often the best combos I've ever had. Yep. I still don't like talking in video, still leery of doing live. Hey, don't be leery. I mean, shoot, I did my first live and there was no turning back. I think I went up on Avid or I ended up going on I think Avid's live or you know, uh Lynn Leaper, Lynn's lives, Catfish Fever back before it was Catfish Fever, but I went up on several lives back before I ever did my own and it was cool. I'm not afraid of showing my face or getting up there and talking. So it's neat. Steve Loke in the house. What's going on, Stevie? How you doing, brother? Thanks for popping in. Crane cramps suck. Oh yeah, man. I'll tell you this: the up freaking fish just jumped probably about 5 feet off the damn bank right here. Don't know what it was. Probably some kind of a bait fish. But yeah, that crane, man. With it being an RT, rough terrain, it I drive the crane from the cab and I operate the crane. There's only one cab. It's not a truck crane. It doesn't have two different cabs. Um, so I got the steering column, the whole thing in the way of the dash, and I cannot get comfortable in that thing. I'm constantly repositioning myself, and a lot of times you'll see me, and if you actually saw me, I have one or both of my legs propped up on the steering wheel with my feet dangling up against the windshield because that's the most comfortable way to sit in there. And when you sit there, yeah, when you sit there a while, it just sucks. I raised 6 boys. Fishing for me was tending their poles and watching their pride in the catch, making memories. Yes, sir, Wayne. I've learned and I hope that my dad had the same pride in me and my brother when we caught a fish as kids that I have in my son. Because it is an amazing feeling watching your kid catching fish like that and just seeing that smile. Sad thing is, I know some good channels, some good big channels that could be bigger if they utilize their community tab more. We'll be taking full advantage of that when we get there. You know, Piggy, but like I said, I don't know. It doesn't seem like people actually pay attention to the community tab that much. And maybe people just don't pay attention to me that much. I don't know. You know, some of my more important posts that I put, like my pictures, my Father's Day post with me and my dad, um, the post from Dominic with his fish, and then like the one I posted from work. You know, those are the most hit. But I'll share people out, and then I'll make other posts, and I might get a couple thumbs up. Now, not everybody's going to give a thumbs up. It would be nice that it actually had some kind of way of tracking how many people actually checked out your post, though, other than just how many thumbs up you get or how many comments you get. Oh, son of a bitch. Why did I do that? Damn it. Hate when that happens. I tried making an axe forging video once. It was a disaster. Yeah, Wayne, I have tried recording so many of the things that I've been making. I try to make videos, even just to have video built up for when I'm able to edit, when I figure out editing. But I'll make some big costly mistake on what I'm making, and then it'll take me hours to fix it, and I'm not recording that time while I'm fixing it. And then when I get back on track, I'm not recording anymore either. So it's just, I'm missing so much crap. So I really got to work better at actually recording everything, whether it's bad or good. Just record it and do it. And then that way, at least I have it on file, and I can have it to where whenever I figure out how to edit video, I got it. Well, that's always good, Shannon. Don't see those attempts as bad. See them as opportunities to figure out better ways. Yep. Need to learn to spend more time traveling those pages. I leave most of all this to Eileen, but I really need to get more involved with it. Well, Piggy, I mean, you don't need to. You're pretty involved in chats and everything else. I mean, you do what you do. You do what you feel you need or want to do. There's no requirement. You know, if you don't go to my channel and check my stuff out, that's cool. I don't care. It's nice if you do, but if not, well, you're cool as hell to sit and talk to in a chat. That's the important thing to me. It's not like I'm sitting here trying to make a living off this. I'm just trying to get some of my life into everybody's view and get people that are interested in me and what I do to be part of it. So that's that's what it is to me. I don't expect anything. And I go live more for me to be able to talk to you guys than for you guys to be able to see me, if that makes sense. Y'all give me thumbs up if that makes sense. I do this a lot of times, mostly more so I can hang out and talk to you guys. then I figured that you guys are coming here because I ain't catching fish. Eventually, I might, but you know. Recently got rid of some excess baggage. Don't have that lingering around anymore. Ain't wasting my time any longer on that. Those that don't know, you're talking about that zebra. Yeah, Piggy likes to talk about me messing with my wood, my zebra wood at that. Yeah, eventually I'm going to finish that piece. Um, there's a part on the mount. I was using the torch to blue it. I painted part of it and I used the torch to blue the mount. But the problem was when I blued it, I hit it a little extra heavy, I think, with the torch, which caused the oxidation to pull up some mill scale that I actually thought was just bluing. So I taped it all off so I could paint the other part. And after I painted the other part, which came out immaculate, came out perfect, and I let it set up for several days, I peeled that painter's tape, the blue painter's tape, I peeled it off of the mount, and it looked like shit. So the only thing I can figure is I hit it too close and too hot for too long with the torch, and it actually caused the mill scale to draw out. And when I peeled the tape off, that's what it pulled off. So I've got to buff it back down and get it all back to an even tone. And I guess I'm going to have to dip the painted part in a pan of water. That way it doesn't get too hot from the torch when I re-blue the rest of it. And it doesn't boil the paint off. So I'm in a world of hurt because otherwise I could be done with that piece. And that sucks. That damn fish just jumped right there. No, nothing's ever done right the first time. I already have 40 plus hours into that piece and over $300 in and materials and fuel from driving around. Anybody that looks at it, they wouldn't ever think that. But, when you go to a place and they say you have to buy the whole board, and that one whole board costs $130 when you only need at $17 and I don't know, 20 cents, 17.20, I think it was a board foot. And I ended up needing 4 to 5 board feet for it. How? Yeah. And then I had to buy plexiglass and I had to buy the LED lights and just, yeah, all kinds of other. And then the steel that I used. Yeah, it all adds up. And then when something doesn't work out and you have to go back to town to go to Lowe's or something to get something that will work, that you hope, and then that doesn't work, and then you got to do it. It's just, you end up losing a lot of money and stuff. Yep, mill scale sucks. And I did my rod holders, they were rusting really bad, and I made a video. I recorded a lot of video of me actually in the motel room dipping them, letting them sit in a pan full of vinegar. And if you do any kind of metalworking, if you have rusty stuff uh, that you want to clean up, you don't have a grinder, whatever, all you got to do is go get you a wire brush, get you some Scotch-Brite pads or something, get you a big bottle of vinegar in a pan, and soak it in vinegar. Let it sit, and vinegar will clean the rust off of pretty much anything. It'll clean mill scale off. depending, and I've found out that the heavier, you get up 3/8, half inch, 5/8, 3/4, 1 inch plate steel, that mill scale comes on a lot thicker. So it's going to sit there in that vinegar for a lot longer if it's heavier steel. But vinegar will clean all that off. Now, the issue with vinegar is it will cause flash rust in a matter of minutes, but it will eat the rust off and clean it off perfectly. However, if you dip it, you let it sit in vinegar, as soon as you take it out and scrub it off, I like to scrub mine off in the vinegar. It's always good to have a liquid base or liquid, whatever you're working with. Leave it sitting in the liquid if you got to clean it off. That way you're not splashing, making a big mess. And it also helps to rinse as you're cleaning. But if you use vinegar, if you use the vinegar method, make sure as soon as you pull it out, you rinse it off with water. You can use dish soap and water, whatever. Just most of the time, I just rinse it off with water under the faucet outside, and then I go to the air compressor and I blow it off just dry. That keeps the rust from happening. You can spray it down with some alcohol and then blow that off, do whatever. But now, if you're making something and you want rust, if you want a rusty look, yeah, use vinegar. It'll get you really quick results. The 30 degree cleaning vinegar works better than distilled vinegar and usually cheaper. Really? I've never seen now 30 degree or 30%. Because I honestly I don't know that I've ever seen that, Wayne. I don't know where you get it. I mean, hell, I go to Walmart and I buy a gallon of vinegar for like two something, 250, 260 for a gallon of vinegar, just regular white vinegar. And I usually reclaim my vinegar, or I try to. I'll reclaim the vinegar and put it back in the water. I put it back in the water. Put it back in the bottle. Yeah, 30%. I don't know. I haven't seen 30% vinegar. Where do you get that at? When it comes to such projects, it is not always about the cost. It's about the piece of art you created. Yep. Well, Piggy, just wait till I get some. Wait till I get done with the pieces that I've got in the shop. I've got 4 pieces in the works. One of which, if you watched my videos of the golden wiener, the hot dog video, that is one of the 4 that I've got to finish. And all that comes down to is paint. But I have had the worst. Helicopter. I have had the worst luck with paint trying to paint that damn thing. And it's gonna be the death of me. He's waving at me. Who's waving at me? That was before the helicopter, so you've got 1,000 times more talent than I could ever hope for. Well, thank you, Piggy. I appreciate that. I definitely don't take my talent or abilities for granted. I don't look down on people because, hey, look what I can make and you can't. You know, I'm not a piece of shit. Somebody says, well, how do you do that? I tell them. Somebody ever wanted to help learn, wanted help learning, I'd try to help them. I'm a master of nothing. I don't even know most of anything. I know enough to get by and make things look good and make things. That's what I know. That is what I know. Doop, 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 doop. Well, we're down to 7 people. I'm sure there's some other people live, like I said, drawing some things going on because Mike's Fishing Home is live. I know that. Um, I don't think there's any fishing tournaments I know Jeremy's Tournament Cats was having his bait tournament thing, but that was supposed to have been over at, I think, 8 Central Time. So we're good on that. It strips the galvanized finish from bolts and hardware for forging also. Wow, that's cool. Cleaning aisle at most home or hardware stores. Huh. All right, Wayne, I'll have to check that out. I did not know there was a higher percentage vinegar, so I'll definitely have to check that out. 15% on the phone. I probably need to plug it in. Vinegar and steel wool mixed makes a cool cooking wood stain. Oh, a cool looking wood stain. Yeah, I don't know. Never done that one. Steel wool is good for just, cleaning wood. I think I used some steel wool on some of the stuff. Now, I will tell you that zebra wood, man, I, I just did it for the hell of it, but that zebra wood, man, it sanded down. I sanded it down with all the way to 2000 grit. And I will tell you that wood, I didn't even need to put any kind of polish or anything on it. But what I did the whole hickory, I think it was hickory, no, walnut oil, shellac, and denatured alcohol, which I couldn't get a hold of any denatured alcohol. So my dad had a bottle of Everclear, which Everclear is 190 proof, which is damn near, 100% alcohol. And after reading up on some things, looking it up from some of the woodworking forums and websites I found, they said that people, to save money, they're just using Everclear because it is such a high proof alcohol. And that's the part of it. You want that, from what I read, they say you want that alcohol to be able to break down the shellac and help it spread out, but you want it to be able to evaporate quickly too. So that Everclear will evaporate pretty quickly. So I used it and I got really good results. I hand rubbed five coats on there and got a really good look. So, all right, White Shoulders, Shannon, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you hanging out. If you're leaving, having proper, yeah, Triple R, you got that right. And there are a lot of things that I do that I have to either, do some makeshift shit or make my own tools or whatever because I don't have the proper tools for some things that I've done. Yep, Shannon, White Shoulders Farmstead, thank you for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate it. You have a good night's sleep, and we'll talk to you soon. How to do a lot of things, but I'm limited in what I can do because of tools and proper space to do it. Even with proper tools, I have things that hinder me, like eyesight. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, 2000 grit. I mean, it was so fine. It was so smooth on that zebra wood. Like I said, before I even put that finish on it, it was just, I took pictures of it out in the sunlight and it was glistening. It was just super smooth. But I needed to darken the wood up, so I went ahead and went with that mixture. I was recommended that by Don R. He does some woodworking. I guess he mainly just kind of like makes pins and some other stuff. Um, but he told me that concoction, and I looked it up, and a lot of people do that. So I was like, okay. And I found videos where one guy, what he would do was just mix the denatured alcohol with the shellac, and then beforehand he would rub the walnut oil into the wood by itself, and then he'd do the shellac finish. But everything else I found was just mix all three together and go with it, and that's what I did, and it worked out really good. Well, go for it, Piggy. Piggity, 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 piggity. Like I said, it's almost 11:30. I am probably going to cut this here before too long because I do need to get me a shower. I need to eat. I need to load the truck back up and all that crap. And I didn't get to bed until like 3 o'clock last night from doing all that crap, only to not need to do that crap, which really sucked. It really did suck. After many years of working with hand tools, I got so used to them that I hardly ever use power tools. Man, I'm not that good. Now, Wayne, you definitely did kind of, you hit the nail on the head because when I was a kid, my dad was teaching me some woodworking stuff and everything. He'd always try to teach me wood, like woodworking or some kind of metalworking or something. He'd try to teach me how to use a file, proper way of using a file or a rasp. And man, to me, it didn't remove material quick enough. It wasn't enough. And growing up is always, yep, power tools, got to have. And now I'm getting into the habit after watching so many of these craftsmen, these artists, and just, people who know what they're doing on YouTube and learning and just even remembering the things my dad told me. Everything's finally starting to connect. And I'm finally starting to do those things and realize how much and how easy using that stuff, if you use it properly and you use it when you need to, how little you actually need power tools. Like you're saying, Wayne, use it properly. You get yourself in a position to where, you just need them for cleanup or just, you don't use a file for mass amounts of grinding or material removal. You use it for, if you got a hump, you got some area, you got a whatever. So yeah, it took me a long time. I'm 42 now, and I'm gonna say it took me till I was 40 to 41 to figure out all these lessons that my dad tried to teach me and why he did. Now there are some things like those hand planes doing woodwork and stuff like that that I may never get into because man, that I'm too meticulous that I might just be sitting there and I'll wear all the way through a damn board trying to get things straight, trying to get everything in line and straight and everything else. Damn bugs. Had another master craftsman tell me that eventually everyone gets into the old ways. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, Wayne, I mean, yeah, I've figured out that, yeah, if you can get things close, you can do the final finish. You can do the finish work or get it close to the final finish with a file, a rasp, some kind of hand tool. And it'll even save you a hell of a lot of problems. It'll save you all that high speed grinding dust that you're breathing in. Because I'm bad. I need to get a respirator for when I'm working on things, but most everything I do right now is outside. That's no excuse though, because I still breathe that crap in. 270 planes on the wall, and you're holy Jesus. Wayne, you have a problem. You have one big plane problem with planes. Triple R, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's been a good night. Ain't caught a damn fish. Story of my fishing career. In Missouri, for sure. But, you know, I'm not getting too hell bent on the fact I'm not catching anything. It's just I'm out here trying. Knowing the way things are working, I'm not just going to sit there and constantly just keep rebating and recasting. I got baits in the water. There's bait on the hook. If something wants it, they'll take it. If not, I got you guys. I'll sit and hang out with you. Talk. You know, you guys are what makes my fishing trips out here like this so much more bearable and makes it so much better for me to not really care if a skunk. Now it sucks, yeah. I know everybody wants to see somebody catching fish. When they come into a fishing live stream, they want to see them catching fish. Hell, I want to be able to catch fish. I want you guys to be able to see me catching fish. But there's nothing I can do about it. As much as it sucks, I just can't get butthurt and I can't get upset. I can't let it define me. All I can do is just keep trying. Yeah, decades of picking up what people throw away. I hear that one. Hey, OtterCat, if you got hand planes that you ain't ever going to use, you ought to look at eBay and look at the prices on there. You might be able to unload some and make some money. If they're ones that aren't sentimental and you're never going to use, yeah. Oh, shit. You plug damn phone in. Battery pack's been sitting here. Phone's now at 6% and ain't paying attention. Some of those planes, I mean, they're selling hundreds of dollars a piece. So, you know, that'd be something you can look into. Vintage and antique tools, yeah, they'll sell, all depending on what it is. Do have many pieces of furniture with no power tools. That's awesome. Excuse me. I don't know if I have it in me to go that far. As you know, I sit there and if you ever watched NCIS where Gibbs making hand see something behind me moving. Don't know what I saw moving. But anyways, you got Gibbs hand making a boat, multiple boats in his basement. Man, that takes determination, that takes drive and skill. I don't have any of that. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah, it's good to get out fishing, man. I wanted to go hit a real lake, not this little lake up here north of the city here. But man, I just didn't have it in me with the heat and everything. I didn't feel like driving an hour down towards Branson. We're going on 2 hours right now. We're at an hour and 58 minutes. I'm not going to pull a long one tonight till I get back to the motel room. Y'all know what okay. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, it feels good to be out here relaxing, not sitting in a freaking. There's that damn hawk. No, that is an owl. You guys are right. Whoever said it, that's an owl. It's been. He ain't made a bit of noise, but yeah, he's up there. Let me see. I'm gonna shine this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. There we go. Look at that. We got the hootie owl up there, and he ain't even hooting. Okay, there he goes. Can y'all see him up in that tree branch up there? There we got that owl. It is definitely an owl. I thought maybe it was a hawk or something earlier, but he come back to the same spot he was in earlier. There you go. Look at me. How you doing, buddy? What's up, Mr. Owl? Hooty hoo! Hoo! No who? No who from him. No who from the who owl. No who from the hoop. Ow, golly. Oh, I need to check into that stuff. I can't remember if it was Brad or who it was. Somebody was talking about some no-nat stuff, I think, that they got when they were down in Florida, and said it is really helpful with like all kinds of bugs. All kinds of bugs, not just like mosquitoes, but all kinds of bugs. Currently working on a steamer trunk that is being built with only tools and hardware that I have forged. That's awesome, Wayne. Wayne, I don't even know if I have your channel. That's one thing that's really hard about being able to pick up channels in the blacksmithing community. It's hard because you type in somebody's name and you scroll through all kinds of shit and you can't ever find somebody's name. Can't find their channel. You find whatever, but you can't ever find it. And in the catfishing community, most all of our channels, we have mods that will share people's links out, get them out there. That way people can pick other channels up. But in the blacksmithing community, you don't have that. Bar Run Forge, he is the only channel I have been in that's done live streams that has links being shared for people to be able to pick up other channels. And I appreciate that because there's a lot of you guys that I talk to, and I'd like to be able to check out your channels if you have a channel. But it's so hard through YouTube to actually search for somebody's channel sometimes. Roy, Christ-centered, Yamez, none of the lives that I've been in other than Bar Run has anybody ever sharing links for other people, for the people who come into their chats regularly. They never share links, and it kind of sucks because I can go find channels of all kinds of people doing metal work and blacksmithing work, but those aren't people I talk to on a regular basis. So it'd be cool to have an easy way to be able to pick up some of you guys' channels. You don't have a channel? Okay. Either way, I went on my rant. Troy picked that up from the homesteading channels. Yeah, it is. It is great for the community. We've been doing it. I've been in the catfishing community for a year and a half now, at least. And that's just kind of the way it's always been. Live streams, everybody, they've got their moderators and they'll help share out links. Now I've got a number of mods in here. It's not a requirement. If people are in here, I always tell them, go ahead and share links out. Try to help some people out. Because when you're mixing people from different communities, you never know whose interests go to what. We got people in car audio communities and fishing and cooking and metalworking and woodworking and working on cars and all kinds of crap. And you never know, that person you see, that person you chat with on a daily basis or weekly, whatever, they might have the answers or the help that you're looking for. But you can talk to them in a chat, but you can't ever get a way to. And YouTube kind of sucks. You can go into comments in a video and click on somebody's name and go to their channel directly. But you can't do it from a live stream unless you're a moderator. I mean, what kind of shit is that? It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, Wayne, they have. I've noticed. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people. And I know Troy. I know Roy over at Christ Centered. He likes to say that Forged in Fire brought on this whole, they sparked an interest and just caused all the prices of all the anvils and everything else. Now that might be true. That might have caused a big influx in the amount of people who want to get into it and do it. It's kind of like people going out and buying a boat. You might have 1,000 people who's like, okay, I'm going to go buy a boat. Well, 850 of them a year later are going to be selling them. Because 850 of them thought it would be fun, but they're lazy asses and they don't want to do the upkeep or anything else, and they get rid of them. It's kind of the same thing with the smithing and stuff. Yeah. I'm not in it because it's a trend. I don't have my interest in it because it's a trend. I have my interest in it because I just love working with metal. I mean, it's just a fascinating thing to me, and I love it. I mean, will I ever end up being a top-notch, intricate scroll work or, whatever kind of smith? Maybe not, but I'm going to learn what I can and do what I can, but it has nothing to do with any kind of trend or anybody or anything else. It has to do with me and my love for it, not me trying to be like somebody else. I would love to metalwork, but they'll have to wait for way down the road. I don't know what you mean, Piggy. Yeah, craftsmanship is important. I mean, you could throw a hammer and a forge, a torch, a welder. You could throw anything and everything in front of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, and they get after it, and they could think they know what they're doing, but they'll just turn out a complete piece of junk. So, but yeah, craftsmanship is definitely. I'm like I said, I'm not a woodworker. I never have been, but I ventured off into adding wood into what I'm doing, and I've made my mistakes. I'm not. I'll still say that what I've made with wood has come out good, but I am in no means a woodworker. I've just spent a lot of time making sure that it came out good. A professional with the right tools could have done what took me 20 hours to do. They could have done it in an hour and a half. Otter cat, are you leaving me? All right, buddy, take it easy. You got to climb in the track. Oh, climbing. Yeah, I got to climb in a crane in the morning. I'll be sitting up a little bit higher than you will, but I'll still be swinging around. Not as much. Far future, after I've got decent at wood and have the tools for that, then I can look into metal if disability doesn't hinder me trying. Yeah, Uncle Josh, he's been on me. He's made numerous comments when I've sent him pictures of the forge and the stand that I'm making and everything. He's commented. He was like, "I want to have you make me a forge in the future." Like, okay, well, we can discuss that later in the future, and we can see where we're at. No, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Yeah, I almost kind of just forgot about the fact that I have rods in the water, and I'm just hanging out with you guys. Got the rods there, but if they move, they move. If they don't, they don't. Kind of where I'm at with it right now. I'm only 15 minutes up the road from the room, so it's not hurting me any. Now, if I drove an hour down to Table Rock, that's a different story. Hour and a half down to the south side of the lake, different story. But most wood craftsmen got into smithing to make their own tools. Yeah. See, I think like my thing is I don't know how to make like if I was to make knives, I don't know how to make a precision sharp edge. I could buy the guides that would, you know, get me there, but I mean, there's guys, Shrub, one of the Green Beetle or whatever it is. Watch a number of bladesmiths, and you know those guys. I think they sharpen their knives by they get their bevel, their angles by hand, and I don't know if that's anything I'd ever be able to do. But it's crazy. I mean, it's cool. But yeah, I'd love to be able to make a razor sharp knife. Maybe one day. Yum num num. Plenty of YouTube guys doing knives. Damn, gotta be a carp or something right over there. Do knives too that you can learn from. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a lot of them. Now the problem is some of the best people I watch making knives, they don't do any kind of tutorial or how to or learn from me kind of things. It's just they make videos of what they're making, showing the process, and that's it. No rhyme or reason why they're doing what they're doing. You know, and that's okay. That's their channel. That's how they do it. If I want instruction, I'll find an instructional channel. Yeah, Green Beetle. Yeah. See, I love Green Beetle. And then Shrub, he's like from one of those Yugoslav or Ukraine or Russia. He's from one of those countries over there, and he does. Man, if you want to, I'm talking the colors he puts in his blade. Blue. He makes some amazing blades. Snakeskin, Damascus. I mean, he makes some amazing looking patterns, and it's insane work. Alex from Valhalla have great sharpening videos. Okay. Yeah, that I looked at that Shrub guy, and he's got a website, but he does not sell his stuff. I don't know what he does with it all. Like I think his if you translate his website, it says he doesn't sell, he doesn't do contract work or anything else. Oh, that's pretty cool, Piggy. Yeah, there's a few different people. Now, like I said, I making knives is definitely not going to be my forte. That's not going to be something I'll regularly do because I'm more of an artistic person. I I like the artistic side, just free forming something. So, but hopefully after I get done with this job, sometime in I think early October is when they're scheduled to be done. Um, I'll be back home. I'll have money in the bank that I won't be hurting. You know, I have money in the bank and I can draw unemployment while I wait on the next job. But between that time, I will get some stuff done. Okie girl catfishing. What's going on, Micah? Where's Daniel at? Man, my shirt is still all kinds of wet from all the sweating I was doing earlier. The Danimal is just hanging out. Bobby from Dog Bones Knives has an old school way of teaching. Hey, Wayne, are you? He's sleeping. Got to work tomorrow. I gotcha. Wayne, are you familiar with Big Dog? I think it's is his name Tim? I can't remember his name. Big Dog Forge. What's if you're familiar with him, if you ever talk to him, I mean, what's going on with his channel? Because I liked watching his videos, and he has not. He's come into, I think, Yamez's and Roy's lives, but he has not put out any content in at least a year. Is there like, is he having health issues, or I mean, what's going on with that? Because I miss seeing his stuff. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He seems pretty down to earth and everything, and I like his videos. He kind of does almost kind of instructional type forging. No, Micah, you know me. I ain't caught shit. I've had a lot of turtle bites. I've reeled in 2 rods and reeled them both in with nothing but carp skin left on them. So, shut up, bullfrog. Y'all hear that bullfrog? No, I got you. Man, he gonna be retiring early because he ain't that old. All right, guys. Been going for 2 hours and 16 minutes. It is 11:49 right now. I am gonna have to try to be somewhat responsible and call it good for the night. See if I can give you my normal farewell. Let me add a little light here. Dum dum. It was a dark, scary night. Only hot chicks were walking the street. Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh God, blinded myself. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I need to shave. I think I'll do that tomorrow. Uh, get home. Gonna go out to my best friends. Me, my dad, and Dominic. We're gonna go out and we're gonna have a big fish fry. Got catfish pulled out of the freezer. My dad's thawing it. Gonna do a fish fry. Drink some beer. Hang out. His sister and her wife and kids are coming up from Lawton. Come hang out with us since we're gonna be there. But yep, Wayne, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and spending your night with me. Me and everybody in chat. It's been great. I really do appreciate it. Get some of that light off there. But yeah, it's been awesome. Um, but yeah, no fish tonight. Yeah, I didn't really figure I was going to catch anything, but whatever. It was just nice to get out and be away from the room. So we got 7 people left in chat. Piggy, Wayne, who else? Micah. No, that's all right, Micah. I appreciate you coming in. Yep. Do. I don't know who else is hiding in the background because nobody else has been talking, but yeah, it's been a good night. Just getting out, join some socializing with you guys. So um, maybe next week I'll try to hit a lake down south and maybe I can find the fish somewhere. But who knows? I don't know. But you guys, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Appreciate you coming in. And I will talk to you guys here soon. As always, got them devil horns for all my rockers out there. Jeremy's still hanging out in the background, brother. Hey, Jeremy, before I leave, how did your tournament go tonight? Who ended up pulling that one out? Did Sunfish King pull it out? Or did you and Rob? Come on, Jeremy, hurry up. Damn bugs. You lost, but Sunfish won. All right. Now, is that just for the night, and you gonna have like a fish off between the winners per night, or what's going on? Jesus, he had, dude, man, he ended up at a prime spot because I think he had like what 11 before he ended up over at that new spot. That's crazy. Yeah, he can pull out them little fish. He can pull out them bait fish. That bullfrog just hanging out, just causing all kinds of trouble. All right, guys. I don't know if Jeremy's typing anything more or not, but Jeremy, oh, there he is. Didn't know if someone catches more than 40, then oh, wow. Okay, if somebody catches, gotcha. Yep. Man, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a hard one. But yeah, it was cool watching you guys tonight. So, but yep, I'm going to go ahead and cut this, in this, get loaded up, and get back to the room. That way I can get, I don't know, I'm just going to go to Waffle House, go eat something real quick, and then get back to the room, shower, pack up, get some sleep. So I'll talk to you guys sometime this weekend. And if I don't catch you this weekend, I'll talk to you sometime next week. Y'all have a good night. Jeremy, like I said, yeah, it was great watching you guys, man. I always love watching you, brother. So good night, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.